In the meantime, a group of GOP lawmakers now demanding an immediate ethics investigation into who leaked Dr. Ford's letter, accusing Brett Kavanaugh of sexual harassment and assault. As you may recall, Ford told the Senate Judiciary Committee back in July she delivered the letter to California Congresswoman Anna Eshoo, who then reportedly passed it on to Senator Dianne Feinstein. Di-Fi claims she was asked to keep the letter confidential. As we all know, well, that didn't happen. The letter came out just days before Kavanaugh's confirmation vote, which led to this tense exchange during last week's dramatic testimony. Watch.
Can you tell us that your staff did not leak it?
Oh, I don't believe my staff would leak it. I have not asked that question directly, but I do not believe
you know
they
that?
would.
I mean, how in the world could that get in the hands of the press?
The answer is no. The staff
Have you
said they did not.
Have you asked your staff or other staff members on the Judiciary Committee?
Pardon me? Well, Jennifer reminds me I've asked her before about it, and that's true.
Well, somebody leaked it if it wasn't you.
Nana, you asked me before, Nana. Do you want an Afghan? Is it cold in here? So who leaked the letter? Let me ask one of the lawmakers calling for the investigation, Republican Congressman from Arizona and Freedom Caucus member Andy Biggs. Welcome back, Congressman.
Thanks, Kennedy. Good to be with you.
This is the most upsetting part of this story is Dr. Ford, she didn't want to be the heroine of the left. She didn't want to be this public figure and the new face of the Me Too movement. That's why she tried to make this process as anonymous as possible. But she was forced into the open by someone who read the contents of that letter. So how do you find out who that person was?
Well, you have to investigate and you have to do some interviews, and that's why we sent it to the Ethics Committee. I mean, Kennedy, you know this, that at some point it was just Dr. Ford, Anna Eshoo, and Dianne Feinstein that knew about this, and whoever in their staff they let know. So you actually have a fairly limited number of people who even knew about this. They didn't report it to the Judiciary Committee. They kept it from the press. And so somebody knew of that circle, maybe 3 to 5 people knew about it, and they let it out. They let the cat out of the bag, and that's what really lit the gas on us.
And you understand why, because they knew there's no way we would get to this point unless Dr. Ford was forced to testify, and they couldn't do that unless the press went and harassed her in person, and that's exactly what happened. And so she feared that her story was already going to be made public. And that's when she came forward. It's a very insensitive process. Do you buy the deny from Di-Fi?
Well, that's very rhyming. I don't know if I buy the deny. Here's the deal. Somebody leaked it. Senator Feinstein and Anna Eshoo had ample people around them that were the possible leaks. We've got to find out who it was. And the best way to find out is through the ethics investigation. But I mean, people skulking around Dr. Ford's office, reporters looking and peeking in and trying to force her to come out in the open. That is exactly what she didn't want to have happen based on her testimony. And that's exactly what I think Dianne Feinstein and the Democrats wanted to happen, because it forced this mess that we're in today.
Now, we hear that a staff member, this is breaking tonight, a staff member for Sheila Jackson Lee has been arrested. And this is the person who reportedly doxed some Republican lawmakers and put their personal information online. What do you make of that development?
Well, I think it's outrageous conduct, and the person should be arrested and the person should be terminated. And I mean, this has just gotten way out of hand. And it's not just the doxing that's gone on. It's people being basically harassed and harangued. I mean, this is why we should have censured Maxine Waters, because she encouraged this, and this is what's going on from the left. And it's threatening and it's intimidating. It's not a First Amendment right. It is intimidating for political purposes.
Yeah, it's annoying, and I don't want to see Republicans counter in kind. Right. I don't think that makes the world a better place if all we're doing is shouting at each other. I'm going to be on a panel tomorrow talking about marketing in the age of Trump, and you know, I can only imagine some of the people who will be in attendance, and it's exhausting. But you have people who are pushed over the edge, like the guy who tried to assassinate Steve Scalise, and other Republicans who were practicing for a congressional softball game. And, thank goodness those nut jobs are few and far between. But when you have a climate like this, it's easier for people who are incredibly unstable to be activated.
Yeah, I mean, it's like a popcorn popper. You're popping the kernels, and the more you put in there, the bigger it gets. And somebody's got to tamp it down, and that's why we actually wrote the letters. If we can get to the bottom of this, maybe it'll act as a deterrent for the future. That's why I introduced the Maxine Waters censure. I thought maybe that would act as a deterrent, because we've got to respect the institutions. I mean, it's hard to believe that we could view the Congress with any more disrepute than it is. But this type of thing actually brings the body down even lower. Because
do you worry if Democrats take over the House?
Yes, I worry. Absolutely. I mean, that's why people said, oh, Andy, we can't use this because it's weaponizing this stuff. I said, the Democrats are already weaponizing this. We've got to stand up for the institution as itself so that we can bring back some decorum, some civility, some opportunity to actually disagree without basically trying to burn the place down.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's where we are.
It's Congress. It's not the Reichstag. All right? Congressman Biggs,
That's right.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Kennedy.